Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. I'm very excited about this video. We're checking out Untouchable by Itzy. It feels like a long time coming after Born to Be, the solos, then Mr. Vampire. All of these songs have been absolute hits in my opinion. Really enjoyed them. And I'm very excited to dive into this one. I've seen one of the teasers. The song seems to have like a really nice bounce to it. So I'm very excited to dive a little bit more into it. So without further ado, let's go. Ooh. Oh, damn. It's a riot.
One, two, three, let's go.
Ooh. Was that a riff that I'm hearing in the background at the end of that line? Ooh. Oh, damn. Let's go, Cherion. Oh, the choreo. I'm trying. Yeah, you are. And not just the hair. Oh, that was so cool. Oh. Oh. Damn, Rujin. Goddamn. Watch your hands. Oh. She's literally shaking the ground all around her. The walls, sorry. I love the camera work on the dance sequences. It's so cool. So engaging. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that was cool. Nice match cuts. Oh, that's cool. Please tell me they're all gonna fly. Like the guards. It's gonna be like an energy wave. Whoa. Yes. Oh, yes. Wait, is that a camera behind him? Behind the helmet? Okay, so this is fucking awesome because we see behind those helmets is basically what looks like a camera or like an android of sorts, which means as all of these people, quote unquote, are seeing red, which is hate, and they're ready to pounce on Itzy because it literally feels like there's like this weird hate train on Itzy, and I've talked about it ever since like the comeback before this most recent one, and even beforehand maybe, but I especially talked about it with the last, all the music videos that surrounded Bet on Me, Cake, and some other music videos that really kind of like prompted that conversation where I was just truly kind of like clueless about why do idols just in general get all of this hate for just being themselves. You don't like a song, that's cool. You don't need to go out of your way and almost like send death threats or like do some extreme shit in order to let people know how much you dislike the girls. Like there's never been anything that kind of like warranted that kind of a response. The fact that Itzy is not just reusing the same concept of like people shooting shots at us and we don't give a fuck. something like Bet on Me was about like mentally being prepared for the fact that I have to bet on me, because if I don't believe in myself, no one will. And then all of the members kind of like bet on themselves, and whatever happened. In Born to Be, it felt like a more mature version of Wannabe, because in Wannabe, they were rebelling for the sake of like rebelling and letting everyone know that we're different. We don't do things the way that you want me to. Rujin cuts off the hair as an act of rebellion and an act of independence. In Born to Be, it's like, yeah, this is who I am. You don't like it, you can fuck off. But here in Untouchable, it's like no matter what you do and how much you say that the hate is meaningless, the hate will keep on coming. So it doesn't feel necessarily repetitive that they talk about the same thing, because hate will continue popping even after this comeback. Unfortunately, they will still receive hate. So the fact that Yeji's dress, that scene with Yeji's dress and like the fancy hairstyle, you have all of these lights that are pointing at her, almost like rifles pointing at her, snipers pointing at her. And then the next scene is the girls dancing in what looks like those same lights, but they turn into like lights that surround them. I thought it was really, really cool. So it's almost like your best shot is still not going to be good enough, and we're going to use your hate as a vehicle for our success. Like, instead of letting it affect us in a negative way and being mentally burdened by it, we're just gonna use it as, hey, I guess any publicity is good publicity, sort of thing. So them being completely like unfazed by all of these people coming to them is because they're so much more mentally stronger than the rest of these keyboard warriors that are going to break at the first sign of resistance, in a way. Oh. Yeah. Damn. That was a beautiful transition too. From Chaeryeong to like the helmets, that was gorgeous. Oh, damn. This is so fucking cool. Oh, that is so cool. Like that, like everybody took their shots. Like the house is literally, the set is filled with gunshots, and nothing made its way towards me, because all of these gunshots are like a metaphor for like mean words and whatnot that have no effect on me. And if anything, they actually expose light. Also, ironically. Oh. Damn. Oh, that is so cool. Holy shit. Damn. That was beautiful. Holy shit. It's almost like they came to the place where they were going to get the most hated. It's almost like that whole place that they're dancing in, all of these different areas that were being destroyed, the walls are being crumbled and all that kind of stuff. It's like they went to the deepest corner of like the internet hate, is as if that was like the final boss in like Resident Evil or something like that, the building or some shit like that. And they just tore it down from the inside in a way. All of the guards came to hate on them with the sensor lights, almost like seeing red, which is hate. The sensor lights on Yeji as well, like everybody's ready to take their shot. Yuna's set as well, filled with gunshots and whatnot, but all it did is kind of like expose light, which ironically is like positive. So it's like they went to like the equivalent of like the meanest, baddest boss, the dark darkest corner of the internet to kind of like let them know that there's nothing that you can do. And by doing so, they literally blew up all of the guards, which are like cyborgs or androids or whatever the hell, like to represent technology and like keyboard warriors and like unrealistic people. I thought this was amazing. The camera work, the CGI was absolutely beautiful. Like, holy shit. The choreography here was absolutely captivating as well. It had maturity, it had groove, it had um a lot of like glitz and glamour. It also had, it still maintained like a level of cutesiness, which Itzy kind of like always had, but on a much more mature level. And I absolutely love this song. I think it's probably like my top three songs by Itzy. Like, I think I even like it more than Born to Be. Because Born to Be was by far their darkest song, but I feel like this was a really cool mixture of cute and dark and positive, especially the vocal melody as they were doing like the gestures, that was just so adorable and cute. It was just a beautiful mixture of everything, and visually, production wise, this was absolutely insane in my opinion. To sum it up, I'll say that this song was fucking awesome. The music video itself was incredible, and I'm sure that Itzy will still get a ton of hate. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is. And I've talked about this many, many times before, that a song about standing up to hate will always be prominent as long as hate exists. They keep on making songs talking about haters, not because it's the popular thing to do, but because they literally get hate regardless. And after this, they will sadly still continue to get hate, and they can make another song about getting hated on and the way that it could affect them or not. Uh, as long as you can do that concept with a catchy tune, with visuals that are as amazing as this, or like tell a story that feels relatable, I will always be for it. Because as long as hate exists, songs about overcoming hate will make sense. Once hate stops, then obviously these songs will no longer play such a huge factor, because you no longer have that reason to be super depressed about hate, because you no longer get it. But idols will always get like this unbelievable degree of hatred for no fucking reason. That is not warranted, because you don't actually know these people at all, other than the music. And if you dislike them, you can just move on. But some people just feel the need for speed for hate, to express that hate as loudly as possible, to a point where some idols are getting like death threats and all kinds of crazy shit. It never made any sense to me. If I don't like something, I just move on, because there's other things for me to worry about. There's enough darkness and depression in all of our lives without needing to focus on more stuff to depress us. So why the fuck would you hate on someone that is just doing their best to be themselves? I don't really get it, but even like as a reactor, I'm still getting comments of like, you talk too much, you overanalyze too much, you read too deep into the story. And now some are telling me that I always like everything that I react to. To which I'll say, yeah, because I've talked about it from day one. I use music as a way to escape. Because we all deal with depression, we all deal with dark thoughts, we all deal with things that kind of like drive us to a point of insanity. And I always used music, and I use this channel and the way that I react to something, and why I go into like these concepts and talk so much about lyrics and visuals, especially when it's something relatable, as overcoming hate or bullying or depression and self-harm and all that kind of stuff, is because I feel a certain way about it. And whenever I see a story, I want to dissect it and I want to dive into it. And also, when I react to something, especially if I have a horrible day, especially if I feel extra depressed, if I react to something, I use the music that I'm about to react to as a way to escape that, not to use my depression as a vehicle to look for things to hate, but rather forget about the things that are making me feel that way and forget about that and focus on the song. With that being said, I'm also very easily pleased. But you can clearly see whenever I just like a song and, I thought it was pretty decent. And then when I love a song, this face, I can't really hide it. Honestly, whenever something blows me away, you can tell. So those comments never really made any sense to me, especially because I have nothing to gain from liking a song and making and convincing you that I like the song. Um, Nothing financial to gain. People see through that if they feel like you're just being disingenuous. But the fact that you watch a portion of my reaction and then the actual portion where I explain what I liked about the song and why I liked it, you just ignore it because you feel like that's the thing. I don't have a problem with people that will hate the song. We can coexist, but you have a problem with me liking a song that you absolutely hate, so you need to make up all of this nonsense and justify your hate by making me look as if I'm liking it for the sake of like being pressured to like it. At the end of the day, I thought that this music video was absolutely fucking awesome, and the visuals were incredible. The storytelling was absolutely awesome, and the explosion of all of the androids or cyborgs that are dressed as guards and whatnot, that was just so fucking dope. I really, really dug this, and like visually, uh, Itzy music videos usually have like an insane level of attention to camera work, especially when it comes to cinematography, to choreography, sorry. And that was definitely the case here. Whenever they were doing like these hand gestures and like the camera was following them forward, zooming in, out, left, right, all that kind of stuff. It was amazing. But then the CGI and like the cinematography aspect of the music video, I feel like this might have been like their most well produced music video. And it was absolutely incredible. So if I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Be well and safe wherever you are.